Whether it's a large-scale tournament with hundreds of people, or a casual night on the couch, there's no doubt that playing a fighting game is an exhilarating, competitive experience. Since the PS3 era, there have not been many American releases of anime fighting games, which is why we're very excited to see Japanese arcade game Koihime Enbu arriving west. Koihime Enbu is an easy-to-play spin-off of a Japanese visual novel and anime series. It brings the 2D anime fighting game genre to life through its fluid gameplay, awesome characters, intense soundtrack, and high-quality visuals. The Koihime series is an interesting story concept, creating a new spin on the classic Chinese story of the Three Kingdoms. Each of the girls in the story represent one of the major figures in Chinese history, who were part of the Eastern Han Dynasty and Three Kingdoms period. Although this story has been done before in other media and games such as the Dynasty Wars series, Koihime Enbu offers an entirely new and all-female perspective, which makes it very interesting to read. This game deals with a cast either going on a quest or entering a fighting competition. It's a concept that has been done before, but is brought to life by its various characters. The personality of its characters is shown through dialogue in the scenario and arcade modes. Even though there isn't a ton of conversation, we were able to get a feel for how the characters interacted and presented themselves. From the confident fighter to the quiet or energetic ones, each had their own playstyle that reflected their personalities. The scenario mode in the game does not explain the world very much, but that is expected of a fighting game. It isn't virtually non-existent like many fighters, but it's definitely not BlazBlue or Persona 4 Arena's 40-hour story mode. This perhaps is our only complaint about the game. We wanted to know more about the story and the world. It also would have been nice to see full character sprites to go along with the backgrounds, but the focus is definitely on the gameplay, which very much makes up for that minor misstep. When thinking of fighting games, it's easy to be overwhelmed by large amounts of complicated combos and attacks that require tedious practice and memorization to master. What's nice about Koihime Enbu is that it has a simple command list that is friendly to newcomers, even those who are not familiar with the fighting genre. However, this doesn't mean that the game's too easy. For hardcore players, this game offers plenty of fast-paced battles where light, medium, and heavy attacks can be executed. The goal of Koihime Enbu is to counter your opponent and make use of special attacks to gain an advantage on the battlefield. The counter system is creative, fast, and balanced. One other gameplay element that is worth noting is its assist characters, which are great to utilize once you fill up a gauge by dealing damage to your opponent. By activating your assist characters' abilities and attacks, these fighters prove to be more than just background fighters and play a much bigger role in the combat system. There are several modes to choose from the start screen. Among these are Scenario or Story, Arcade, Training, Gallery, Online Play, and Local versus Play. The Gallery is a nice touch, offering fully animated sprites as well as screenshots for fans to look at after they've been unlocked through the various modes. Although gameplay is very important to master in fighting games, it's also very nice to see beautifully animated visuals and hear an intense soundtrack while you're playing. Koihime Enbu has a great soundtrack, from intense rock songs during fights to traditional music playing during the dialogue. The visuals are also outstanding for a 2D fighter. The frame rate never dropped and everything was crisp. It was especially satisfying to use the assist attack and see an epic animation come across the screen. As for the voice acting, the Japanese voices were very good. Although it would have been nice to see an English cast for the localization, the Japanese cast was excellent and brought the characters to life. Sometimes fighting games can be absolutely frustrating to get through and master, but Koihime Enbu offers an experience that is friendly to both newcomers of the genre and hardcore players alike. The story is interesting, but the game really shines through its characters, gameplay, and visuals. The game definitely has us interested in finding more about the story and the characters' roles in the overall series. If you're already thinking about picking up this game, it's definitely worth it for any fan of the genre.